All right, pockets.
Oh, shit. Oh, here we go. Anyway. Yo, what's up? Oh. We are officially live. Put the first... Oh, that is the first game up, Beaver. Never mind. Well done.
Yeah, Chief.
First, I need to start off... in this comment, it says I need to begin the show with an apology to Cueto. I'm not apologizing to Cueto. I've been making funny fading Cueto. I'm apologizing for getting completely smashed yesterday. That makes 2 of the last 3 days. Got killed on Saturday night and on Monday night. Bad. It wasn't just a losing night. Like, I got killed. It sucked. I lost a lot of money. Apologies to everyone. Unfortunately, it does happen.
Let me just go ahead and say this. Johnny Cueto looked, first of all, excellent yesterday. And then before the game yesterday, he was talking about how the rest of the team, if you're going 7 or 8 innings and allowing 2 earned runs, yes, actually 1 earned run, yes, you look quite good. But that's besides the point.
He lost the game.
No, he didn't. He actually won the game.
When he exited the game, they were losing.
Okay, because Jose Urquidy was dealing out of his mind, but he still went under 4.5 Ks.
But that's the thing with Cueto. It's not about he just doesn't have the character. So even when he pitches well, he's still losing. The guy sucks.
the rest of the team doesn't have the character. He was before the game calling them out for not having any heart. He's celebrating Ks in the 7th, getting the team pumped up. They come out the next inning, they smash.
And not one member of the Chicago White Sox was fired up by him pumping them up. No one cares about that dude.
It's no, I mean, it's just a sad franchise ran by Tony La Russa, but we'll get into the game. Sorry, guys. Just need to get that off my chest as a Cueto defender.
So Toast, I'm in football mode officially. This may be my last baseball show, actually. Depends. Tonight at 9 p.m. I'm doing the college football Big Ten. I'm going through all the Big Ten teams, win season preview and over-under on win-loss totals for the whole Big Ten. If people are into that and I get some viewers in there, I'm just going to start pumping out football stuff, college and NFL. I'm going to do it all. In which case, I'll let these 2 guys and Sean Redden handle the baseball if that's the case. If nobody watches tonight, though, then I'm just going to keep doing this. I want to do what people are watching. So, all right. Anyway, Padres at Marlins is the first game, and I hate when it starts off on one of my favorite picks. I like easing into it. But this is a total 2, and I really like it. So I'm on the first 5 under 4 at -105. It's a weird one because we also saw what happened last night. The Marlins blanked the Padres. They won 3-0. Take that. Combine it with the fact that now we're looking at this pitching matchup today. Like, at first, I was considering betting the Marlins to win 2 in a row against the Padres. And honestly, I still don't think it's a bad bet if that's what you plan on doing. Edward Cabrera is a better starting pitcher than Sean Manaea. I'll say it. Like, I don't care if it's only been 3 or 4 starts. Dude looks electric. Started 11 straight scoreless innings. Other than 1 start at Houston for Edward Cabrera, right? Other than 1 start at Houston, he has 4 other starts this year. He's thrown 23 innings, so almost a full 6 innings a start. He's allowed just 1 combined run in all 4 of those starts. Just 1 run. And not to mention, in those 23 innings, just 6 hits. The dude has been untouchable. I don't like Sean Manaea, especially on the road. But the reason I'm just doing the first 5 under instead of the Marlins is the Marlins bats. They won last night, still only scored 3 runs, so it's not like the Marlins bats showed up and proved us wrong. They still only scored 3, so siding with Edward Cabrera and fading the Marlins lineup at the same time. First 5 under 4 for full unit, AJ.
Yeah, okay.
I can't see
I'll just follow you up.
I can't see it on the screen.
I got it live.
First 5,
all right.
First 5 under 4 -105 full unit.
Yeah, so I essentially have the same bet, but I got it at 4.5 actually for -135 on BetMGM, and I prefer it that way, so I don't got to worry about that extra run. I'll drink the extra 30 cents of juice. Chiefs, Edward Cabrera is on a tear like no other right now. Yes, Buddy got rocked in one start. I will go ahead and say that. But he's been nothing short of absolutely electric this season. If you're going ahead and you're looking at him against left-handed batters, these are his numbers because he's facing 5 of them today. 394 OPS, a 25K percentage, a 0.69 whip, and a 133 BABIP. Not to mention, his 16.1 hard hit percentage against lefties would be ranked 4th amongst qualified starters in the league. He is going absolutely off right now. And as I was saying yesterday, the Padres were smashing all these low-end pitchers, a bunch of bums, quite frankly, if I'm being honest with you. And now they goes ahead and they face Sandy yesterday and get completely shut down. I agree with that one comment. I think this guy, Cabrera, is Little Sandy Jr., and I have high hopes for this kid a lot. I really do. On the other side, Sean Manaea is ass, but Chiefs, the Marlins cannot hit lefties to save their lives. They already saw him once this season. I'm anticipating a better start from him this time, as he was indeed one of the only lefties the Marlins got to this season. I'm not trying to put 1.5 units on this game, but I'd be lying if I'm not taking a side bet on the Marlins somewhere.
Toast?
Yeah, I mean, you guys just said it all for me. Marlins first 5 money line at plus 115 for 0.75 units. I'm getting Mr. Overrated Manaea versus Mr. Underrated Nobody Knows Me Cabrera. The Marlins just put 3 on Musgrove. I can think they can put up more runs against Manaea, so I'm all over the Marlins today in the first 5.
Dude, what was I saying yesterday? I was saying Joe Musgrove is on a tear of dog shit, and he continued it yesterday. He is fade material at this point.
Yeah, I still am not really seeing it, but you were definitely proven right. That's for sure.
Okay. On to the next game.
Yep. Phillies at Reds. Toast, why don't you start us off?
I paired the Phillies, and I'm gonna probably play them. I'm gonna play them minus 1.5 at minus 115 for a half a unit. Just because I got burned so bad yesterday by it, but I'm also gonna pair them in a money line parlay with the Cardinals, and that for a half a unit, and that comes back at plus 118. Just Gibson's been really good for them. And again, we all don't know how well Philly's been playing. And then I'll get into the Cardinals here in a little bit. But yeah, I still think I should have won that Phillies bet yesterday. There was a home run in the 8th that killed it. But Philly's been playing baseball, not for 10, 20, but they've been playing baseball for multiple weeks, good baseball for multiple weeks now. So,
AJ?
All right, Chiefs. So I'm going with the Phil's money line in this one, but I'm doing a little parlay of sorts. So I'm going with the Philly money line, and then the over in the game at 5.5 and an SGP. That's come back at minus 120. I'm going to put 0.75 units on that bad boy. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's last name. Zach. I don't really care because it rhymes with suck. Buddy was absolute cheeks in his last game against the Mets. And I get that the Mets lineup was hot at the time, but the Phillies lineup isn't doing all too horribly either. Yes, they got shut down by that Mets pitching staff, but we started to see them kind of wake up a bit yesterday. I anticipate them getting to TJ Zuck. And then I just want to go ahead and give Kyle Gibson his flowers. He's been excellent over his past 6 starts. Just one of those starts was really bad against the Cubs, but otherwise, we're talking about a guy with a 527 OPS, a 237 WOBA, and a 0.88 whip. He's slightly better against righties. There's going to be 6 of them in that Cincy lineup. I like the spot for Philly today, and I like some runs to be scored, so I combine the two to reduce some vig.
So I'm up. I'm going to go with Cincinnati plus 1.5, just for a half unit. It's a minus 105. And then I'm also going to go the Phillies team total under 5.5 at minus 125 for another half unit. Kyle Gibson definitely worries me. He's been pitching really well recently. It's his first road start in over a month. Is that really something to pick at? Probably not. But it is the first time he's pitching away from Philadelphia in over a month. Either way, I actually do think he throws a decent game tonight. This Reds lineup at home is dangerous, but they scored 3 runs or less in 3 of their last 4 games. So it's tough. 3 of the last 4 home games, I should say. And I lost money betting on them all 3 times. I think I've bet them 4 straight times. So I'm 1-3 because the Reds are 1-3. I know taking an under in Cincinnati feels weird, but I actually think there's really good value here. It's because people see this dude, TJ Zooch, or whatever his name is, and they're automatically like, oh, Phillies 100 runs. The thing is, Phillies haven't been lighting anybody up at all. This dude's only start, I mean, Prop Beaver just said it, and it was foolish. He tried to criticize this guy, like, oh, he was trash in Citi Field against the Mets. What pitcher hasn't been rocked in Citi Field by the Mets? Like, Corbin Burns to go in there and get rocked. Like, they hit everybody. It's one of the best lineups in baseball. It's not fair to judge them by that. Phillies, on the other hand, if you look at Phillies' recent games, where's all the offense? It's not there. Even yesterday when they won, they only scored 4. Before that, 0-0-2, 0-4-4. I mean, it's been a while since the Phillies really lit up a scoreboard. It's been over a week since they scored more than 4 runs, and their team total's at 5.5. So, yeah, I'm taking the under.
All right, one last statement I'd like to make. TJ Zoik, whatever his name is, I'll give him a pass for the last game. Let's just look at his last 5 games. That's a bigger sample size, right? He's 0-3 with a 10.2 ERA and a 2.27 WHIP. He absolutely stinks.
So, you're talking about games that he pitched for the Blue Jays last year?
Yeah.
In June of last year.
That's the only sample size we have of him.
That's 14 months ago, and it's 14 months ago. And of those 5 games you just mentioned, 3 of them were against the New York Yankees.
5 of his last 7 games have been against the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, none of us know anything about this guy.
I don't know.
So
those
yeah,
Yankees bats weren't too hot last year.
I'm sorry, 4 of his last 7.
All right, next game, please. Cubs and Nationals. Beaver's licking his chops. Go ahead. Show us.
Chiefs. I don't know how this is going to come across to you guys. I think I'm going to get shat on in the comments. But Patrick Corbin's going to deal today, fellas. Patrick Corbin. It's Patrick Corbin season. The buddy has been catching flack lately, and I get it. He has been absolutely terrible lately. There's no denying that. I mean, just going back to his last 6 starts or whatever, he's got a very, very fat OPS with 1.212. But the Cubs cannot hit lefties right now, at least over the past 7 games they faced them since July 15th, so last month. Those pitchers are combining for a 2.4 ERA, a 0.85 WHIP, and a 29K percentage. Another thing I'm looking at, guys, is the fact that every prop for Patrick Corbin today is stupid suspicious. You're giving his earned runs line. You're giving his earned run line at 2.5 with barely any vig on it. That makes 0 sense to me. You're giving his hits line at a number he's gone over in his past 15 to 17 games and vigging it to the under. That makes no sense to me. And then you got all the money on the Cubs, and I've seen some line movement, but not enough that's going to scare me off. So I'm going with the Nats. First 5 money line at plus 145. And Corbin to record 5+ Ks, and that's coming in at plus 111 for a half unit. Cubs have been one of the highest teams in K percentage against lefties today. I mean, over the past month, and I really like the spot for Corbin. I think he goes out and shows the people what he's about today.
Toast, go ahead.
So I'm actually on the same play as Beaver. Didn't play a K prop, but I definitely put a first 5 play on the Nats at plus 145. The Nats are hitting the ball pretty well. They're playing kind of with house money, but at the same time, Beaver talked about how bad Corbin has been and stuff, but look at the teams that he's been facing. I mean, it's the Phillies in Philadelphia. It's the Mets. It's the Dodgers. It's the Braves twice. It's Arizona at Arizona. I mean, going back to his home starts, I mean, he hasn't been pitching horrible. I mean, he pitched decent against Philadelphia at home. He gave up 4 to Milwaukee, 3 to Colorado, 5 to Houston, 0 to the Mets. I just don't see it at this price. I don't think the Cubs should be priced like this, regardless of how Steele's looked. I loved the Cubs yesterday, and I ate my words with a 4-run 5th. So I'm taking I think there's value here with Washington at home today.
Yeah, shit. Me too. Washington first 5 plus a half run, though. I'm taking the half run, not the money line. plus 100. Give me 0.75 units on it. Yeah, it's fun to make fun of Patrick Corbin. I've been guilty of it several times. I've had a good amount of laughs at Patrick Corbin's expense this year. Dude has a 9.44 ERA on the road. He is a must fade on the road. At home, the number drops all the way down to 5.17, which is, I mean, not all-star level, but somewhat respectable. His Patrick Corbin at home is good enough to be a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. Patrick Corbin on the road isn't. It's not practical joke bad at home. Justin Steele was another guy to fade on the road, though, and this was kind of recently. It was as recent as a month ago. He actually fixed that, or did he? Now, this is where I found the value here. In his last 3 road starts, I know a lot of people are going to glance at the game logs and be like, oh, Justin Steele started pitching well on the road now. It's fine. But hold up. In his last 3 road starts, he's thrown 15 and a third innings pitched, just 2 earned runs. But if you look closer, I mean, for example, the Giants game, he gave up 4 runs, but they were just unearned. The start before that was against the Phillies. If you pitch 5 innings and give up 4 hits and 4 walks, I don't care if you only let in 1 run. That's a bad game. That's a 1.6 whip, and you will eventually get shelled pitching like that. I mean, it's like one of those games where you bet on a football team that throws 4 interceptions, but you still win. That's not a good game. Like, that's not going to work long term. And this dude, Justin Steele, has kind of flown under the radar on the road. He's put together a few road starts in a row where people are like, oh, he's not that bad on the road, but he is. So yeah, just a Washington first 5 for me. By the way, the Nats lineup just saw Justin Steele and they knocked him up for 8 hits. So I truly think that the Washington first 5 has value.
We're getting pissed on in the comments.
Good.
So what? That makes it even better.
I just think it's funny. I like the comment.
When your pick gets a reaction like that, double down on it. Anyway.
All right. Not doubling down on Corbin, but yeah, okay.
No, but like
next game.
Trust me, I've done this for a while. And when your pick is like, oh, how could you? Like, usually that means you're good. Red Sox at Pirates, 7:05. I'll go first. Now, what have I been saying here about the Pirates? Let's see if anyone remembers in the comments. I've been saying there's no reason to bet the Pittsburgh Pirates right now unless... What have I been saying? Let's see if anyone knows in the comments. There's no reason to bet the Pirates right now unless... I'm going to give it about 8 seconds to see if someone actually listens to what I'm saying. Nope. I think it's too delayed. But anyway.
Do you want me to tell them? I can pick.
No,
I know.
Yeah. What have I been saying, Toast?
You could bet the Pirates if Mitch Keller's on the mound.
Yes. And you know what? He is. And I'm just going with the first 5 money line at plus 110. Mitch Keller's been good as hell. Pivetta hasn't been. Do you trust the Red Sox bats? Me neither. Pittsburgh first 5 money line plus 110 for another 0.75 units for me. Oh, wow. A lot of people were listening. There's a ton of Keller comments there.
The Keller gang is out today.
Go ahead, Beaver.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm also on the Pirates today. Listen, the Pirates on the road are a menace to society, not a team you should ever back. But if there's ever a position to back this wonderful team that's filled with talent, it's when my guy Mitch Keller's on the mound because he's been fantastic lately. Last 6 games, 2.23 ERA, 640 OPS, just allowing 0.5 home runs per 9. I really like that. I don't really trust that these Red Sox are back all because they beat the Yankees. I think that just tells you how bad this Yankees team is right now because, I mean, I'm really not impressed with the Red Sox lately. And I'll tell you who I'm definitely not impressed with. I am not impressed with Nick Pivetta at all whatsoever. Last 7 starts, he's got an 8 ERA with a 985 OPS. Also add on the fact he has a 39.3 hard hit percentage with guys like O'Neal Cruz in that lineup, and that's not a pretty picture. And then the one thing that really got me onto this is how bad he is against lefties. He is terrible against lefties during this span. 118 OPS, 44% hard hit percentage. He's allowing 3 home runs per 9. I mean, I think Pittsburgh right now has the better bullpen. They have the better pitcher. Will definitely concede the hitting advantage to Boston. But if Mitch Keller pitches like I know he can, I think that honestly the value here is on the Pirates. I'm not going to sit here and back the Red Sox. All the money, what is it? I mean, I feel like they've adjusted the price too with the sharp money coming out on the Pirates as well.
Toast, are you with us here?
No. Boston money line at -140 for 0.75 units. Understand the spot for Pittsburgh with Keller on the mound, but the fact of the matter is they're coming home from an 11-game cross-country road trip. Hate that spot for them. Keller hasn't been good at home at all. Understand what Pivetta has done and what Boston's done, but Boston's won 3 or 4. They played games like Baltimore, the Yankees, Atlanta, all very good teams. I understand they didn't look good on the road against the Royals, but this is kind of make it or break it for them. So I'm going to take a stab with Boston to keep it rolling today.
What are you talking about? Keller hasn't been good at home. Where are you
When's
seeing
the last
that?
time you won a game?
I mean, if you go 6 innings and let up 1 run, it's not on him.
Okay.
I mean, Bryce Wilson won a game at home against the Brewers recently. I think Mitch Keller is due for a nice little victory here. How about it?
Of his last 5 home starts, 4 of them has a 57 or higher game score.
And how many L's?
4.
I mean, we both can win, right?
Yeah, I'm on the first 5. And by the way, we don't know how many of those L's were wins after the first 5.
Alrighty, on to the Rays game.
Okay. First 2 I looked at were pushes.
I was just about to say.
Let's see. One more. Yankees. Oh, Yankees.
Oh, so funny. I did the exact same thing.
All right, Rays at Yankees. I'll go. I mean, I don't love this bet, but I'm just taking Tampa Bay money line at +143 for 0.75 units. I don't love it, but let's be real here. The Yankees have now scored a combined 8 runs in 6 baseball games. What the hell? 8 runs in 6 games? Right now, as I'm saying that, I'm going back to look because I'm like, that can't be right. Did I write that down wrong? That's how much I don't believe this. Yeah, 0-0, 3-2, 3-0. Yeah, 8 runs in 6 baseball games. It's absolutely humiliating. I thought going back home to New York yesterday would spark them a little bit, but then they went and got shut out again. Nestor Cortez has been solid. He's not pitching at the all-star rate he was pitching at back in April, May into June, but he's still a solid starting pitcher. He hasn't fallen off or anything. He's just not pitching at that elite Cy Young level like he was. Here's the problem in this game. Even if Nestor Cortez throws 7 innings of 2-run baseball, is that even enough to get the Yankees the win? I mean, 8 runs in the last 6 games. That's 1.3 runs a game. So even if he throws 7 innings of 1-run baseball, they're still in danger of losing the game. I don't know how we can play the Yankees as a favorite when they're hitting like this. I'm so mad at this Yankees team, man. I thought the Yankees won -1.5 last night was a great play. Took a beating on it. No, I can't lay the juice with them right now. Toast.
Rays first 5 money line for half a unit. Rays money line for a half a unit. I mean, like I said yesterday, I'm not laying juice with this Yankees team. Absolutely not. Has Nestor looked good? Yeah, but guess what? This is the Rays' 4th time seeing him now. So I really also like, if you guys are team total people, Rays team totals at 2.5 at -145. That's a pretty damn good price at 2.5. So they've hit that number, I think, 8 of the last 10 games. So that's on my list as well. But go ahead.
Plus 132, Beaver.
Okay, word.
Sorry about that, Beaver.
No, it's fine. Just leave me in the dark. That's cool. It's dope.
I treat you like mushrooms, feed you shit, and keep you in the dark.
Exactly.
Beaver's. I know for a fact Beaver's on the Rays. Beaver is very objective, but when it comes to the Yankees, he has a deep hatred in his heart.
I every time I bet on this fool call, every goddamn time, I regret it. Literally, immediately, probably I'd say 3rd inning, I sit there and I smack myself in the face and go, why did you do that? This Yankees team is so goddamn bad right now. It's truly embarrassing. If you look at the last 6 starting pitchers to face the Yanks, they're coming in with a 1.53 ERA, 0.99 WHIP. I don't care if Jeffrey Springs is a lefty. I don't care if he's ambidextrous. I simply don't care. There's no way you're going to catch me betting on this Yankees team right now. They look absolutely terrible. But I think this game will be close no matter which side wins. So I'm doing a little bit of an SGP here. Rays plus 1.5. Under 10.5. 1 second. And that's coming in at a nice plus 100. I'm putting 0.75 units on that one. I like the value on it. I think that both Springs and Cortez have a good game here. I see a lot of people on the under for Cortez's case today, and I did consider it for a long time, but the Rays are striking out against lefties at an absurd rate right now. So maybe Cortez will have a nice outing here. I just don't trust him to go too long into the game. And I think that the Yankees bullpen time and time again is proving just how bad they're becoming on a gamely basis. So give me the plus money, give me the Rays.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments asked about that Diaz total base prop. Yeah, I love that too, bro.
All right. Next game, Orioles at Blue Jays. Is that right, Beaver? That's what you have. Yep. Someone else go first. Toast, go first.
Yeah, I don't really I'm not even really shy about this. Tampa Bay minus 1.5 at plus 100 for 0.75 units. And then I'll deal with that later. But yeah, just let's focus on this. Understand how bad.
Wait, hold on. Did you say Tampa Bay?
Or sorry, Toronto. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Toronto minus 1.5 at plus 100. Sorry.
This motherfucker tripping.
I'm tripping. So again, it's just for me. I understand how bad that Toronto has looked recently. I get that, and I also understand that Manoah just went into Baltimore and they hit him. But we've seen this scenario before. Last year, same thing happened. He went into Baltimore. He got hit up in 3 1/3 innings. He gave up 5 runs. They yanked his ass. 5 days later, they went up to Toronto. He went 6 innings and didn't give up a run. I think the same thing happens here today. I think Manoah deals. He's shown consistently that he can win games in this league over the last 2 years. He's 21-7. And Kramer for Boston hasn't shown me anything. I mean, I understand that he's looked good in certain times this year, but on the road usually isn't one of them. So I'm going to take the Jays that have also a very rested bullpen as well, and they play extremely well at home. I'm going to take one last shot with the Jays today.
I'm not. I'm pissed at if they're 2 teams that are solely responsible for the butchering of my hot streak, it's the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees. I can't put my money on this team right now. I'm on Baltimore plus 1.5 at minus 115 for 0.75 units. I mean, Toronto's 2-7 in their last 9 games. This is getting embarrassing. In a normal world, in the world of 1 month ago, Toronto at home with Manoah on the mound against Dean Kramer. I mean, this is just like a layup for Toronto, but that's not the case. That's not the Blue Jays team we've been watching playing. I don't trust the Toronto lineup at all. I don't trust them at all. I also don't trust their bullpen. This team just can't seem to make an out. They let up 6 or more runs in 5 of their last 6 games. Jesus. And also, the Orioles just saw Alek Manoah literally 1 week ago. A week ago today, I believe. I can't lay that crazy juice. I'm just going to take the run line for 0.75 units. Nothing crazy. I'm not kicking down the door to tell you to bet Baltimore. I just feel like this is the safest place for my money to be in this game. Beaver?
Yeah. I think Toe started off saying he's not embarrassed to say that he likes Toronto here. I am embarrassed. I'm very embarrassed that I like Toronto here. But I do. I mean, I don't know how many shots I'm going to give this stupid-ass team, but I have to give it one more shot here. I mean, I'm just reading the prop lines, and they got Kramer at 3.5 earned runs. with it barely vig to the under. I mean, they obviously think he's going to get shelled today. And I mean, it makes sense because if you look at his numbers against the Blue Jays, he's coming in with a whopping 467 OBP, a 1.263 OPS, and an 8.8 K percentage. Another thing that I've been looking at is how righties have been doing against him on the road. He's got a 44 hard hit percentage. You know who's third in hard hit percentage? The Blue Jays. I just need a few cranks from that team. I need the bats to wake up a little bit, and I think we'll be in the gold because the Blue Jays bullpen, as Toast was saying, is well rested, and they have some really solid guys on there. I think that the Blue Jays win the first half run line, and I think they win the full game. So this was the best way, in my opinion. Philip, you're right. I did say I'd stop betting the Blue Jays a week ago. I'm still on the train, baby. I'll never stop. Give me Toronto double result.
Yo, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I stared at this game wanting to bet Toronto. I want to be on Toronto because I feel like everyone's going to be on Baltimore. Like, normally when you guys are on the opposite side of me, I love it, but I don't like this one.
Some mutual respect.
I was only on Toronto yesterday because I thought like 99% of the money was on Baltimore. But
it is, and also likewise. I mean, yeah. It's going to be another public dog today as well. Next game, please.
All right. We're on
Detroit at Cleveland. Beaver, why don't you start us off?
This game's a sorry sapping mess of garbage.
I actually like this one. I like this one.
But I do have a play that I like quite a bit. I'm going with the over 7.5 at -125. I'm putting 0.75 units on that. Just typed it for Toast. I'm going to add it to mine real quick. Yeah, so the reason I like this is because Garrett Hill has looked very good in his first two starts against Cleveland, but like this is now the third time they're going to be seeing the guy in his first year of work. They're going to have to get to him here. The Cleveland bats are kind of somewhat fading a little bit as of late, but they still are very good against righties. So I expect them to smack up Garrett Hill a bit. And then if we're talking about Zach Plesac, to me, he hasn't looked the same as of late. He's actually been on quite a bad spell. And the thing that I like about the Tigers is, and something that Toast pointed out to me, is that when Zach Plesac faces the Tigers on the road, he's dominant. But when he faces the Tigers at home, he's getting his cheeks clapped every single time. I mean, the last time I bet the under-earned runs for him, I was blessed. Because truthfully, in all matter, he gave up 5 runs in that game. And I would say a good 4 of those were earned. So I like the spot in terms of getting some runs in the first 5. And then in terms of the bullpen, Detroit's bullpen has went from first to worst. They are looking absolutely terrible right now. And then both these teams played a doubleheader yesterday. The Cleveland bullpen is so taxed right now. So at the value we're getting, I do like the over in this game.
I'm going next because I'm on the over too. Put that same exact thing down for me. Put 0.75 units on it. Also have an SGP that I'm playing for another half unit. And that is Cleveland money line over 5.5 at -110 for a half unit. So yeah, you basically said it right. It's okay. So I know that these aren't the two strongest lineups for an overplay, but this bet is not based on the lineups. It's based on the starting pitchers to begin. We just saw this exact pitching matchup 5 days ago. You have two lineups seeing the exact same arm they just saw. Obviously, I'm taking Cleveland as picking a side, but with the -227 juice, I'm not. It's tough to really lay heavy dollars down on a Cleveland bet. That's why I paired it with the teased over. Now, here's where the only thing that had me a little hesitant was both these teams have solid bullpen numbers recently. And I know that's going to hold some people back, people who look at bullpen analytics. That's going to hold some people back off of the over. But keep in mind that Cleveland's bullpen is a little taxed. Definitely some fatigue issues in the Cleveland's bullpen tonight. So I honestly don't even think it matters. I think that this over should hit by the 5th or 6th inning anyway. I think it's going to be an explosion of bats. Toast.
I really like my bet. Tigers first 5 team total over 1.5 at +105 for 0.75 units. They faced Plesac 5 times. They've hit this number 5 times. I don't trust Plesac to save my life, so I'm all over this play.
All right, cool. So Toast is on Detroit at plus money with plus 1.5. I don't hate that.
No, it's not plus 1.5. It's the first 5 team total over 1.5.
At plus. Oh.
Yeah, no.
Got it.
He's not betting the full game. This
The
dreaded
first
game.
5 team total over 1.5. Got it. Mets at Braves. I'll go first. I'm on the Mets money line again for a full unit. You know what? Put 1.25 units on it. I'm just backing the better team at plus money here. I know everyone's going to be focused on that game at Citi Field where Taijuan Walker got rocked by the Braves. Everyone remembers that. It was recently. It was like a week ago, week and a half, whatever it was. I'm going to brush that off because this dude's been solid as hell all season. Taijuan Walker is 6-2 with a 3.38 ERA on the road this year. I mean, this dude has been solid all year. Yeah, he had a hiccup. Everyone's allowed a hiccup. I think the Mets have the serious starting pitching advantage here. I think you got the Mets coming off a loss in a rare game where they're out-dueled with as far as bats go. Meanwhile, the Mets have seen Charlie Morton twice already this year and completely smashed his face in both times. Once in New York, once in Atlanta. I have faith in the Mets lineup to crush this dude once again. Mets for a full unit. 1.25 unit. Toast.
So I got so excited with playing the Mets and Strider yesterday. I forgot to say the over on the show, which I liked it even more. But doing the same thing today, over 8.5, minus 115 for 0.75 units. And then I'm also going to do the Mets team total or over 3.5 at minus 120, or sorry, minus 130 now for 0.75 units as well. I'm going to play the Mets as well, but you've already given that out. That's going to, yeah. So I like the over just as much, and I like that team total too. So
cool. Prop Beaver.
I hate doing it. I really hate doing it. I'm gonna take Atlanta minus 1.5 at plus 128 just for a half unit. I was wrestling back and forth with this game all day, but the simple matter of the fact is the past 2 times now that Taijuan Walker's seen the Braves, he's got his face punched in. And honestly, you said it going into that Braves game that you bet on the Braves last time. Taijuan Walker hasn't really looked that great in his last 3 or 4 starts where he's given up 7+ hits. I'm not really all over the Taijuan Walker train right now. He doesn't look comfortable out there. I'm not really buying into it. And then Charlie Morton, yes, in the beginning of the season, he got rocked by the Mets, and then on the road, he got rocked by the Mets, but his recent home stretch has been phenomenal. He's looked really, really good during that span. And Eduardo Escobar, a prominent left-handed batter in that lineup in terms of productions against righties who stink against lefties, he's out of the lineup today. I think the Braves have the batting advantage, the bullpen advantage, and the starting pitching advantage in this game.
Cool. All right, next game.
It pained me to say that. I don't know if you could tell. That sucked. I hate fading my boys.
It's all right. Royals at Twins. I'll go first because I love the Royals today. Ready, Beaver? Give me the
Royals.
All right. Royals first 5 plus a half run at plus 100 for a half unit. And the Royals money line at plus 170 for another half unit. I know everyone is in the boat that Zach Greinke is a beast at home and sucks on the road. And the numbers definitely support that. I mean, he's got a 1.98 ERA at home and a 7.16 ERA on the road. Can't dispute those numbers. That's crazy. But can we take a look at who he is pitched against on the road this year? He pitched 3 road games last month. At Yankees, at Blue Jays, at Astros. Like, can this guy catch a break? I mean, he's made, ready for this? Zach Greinke has made 9 road starts this year. 9. Do you want to know how many of them were against playoff teams? 7. And the other 2 were against Colorado and Arizona, 2 teams that have an above 500 record at home. 2 teams that hit very well at home. This is the most unlucky scheduling I've ever seen from a starting pitcher. Every one of his road games, he goes into a tough spot to pitch. Until tonight. Finally, he pitches against a team who doesn't scare me. I think Greinke shuts them down. I think the Twins are held to 1 run in the first 6 innings here. Definitely on Kansas City, back in Greinke.
Yeah, so I'll just go next. Fade Greinke on the road until I turn into a ugly corpse. Greinke under 3.5 Ks. That's coming in at minus 118 on FanDuel. I'm putting a full unit on that. And then I'm also going with the Minnesota first 5 money line and the St. Louis Cardinals money line in a parlay. I got that at plus 117, and I'm putting 0.75 units on that. I'm not going with the full game for the Twins because I did look at some of their bullpen and some of the key guys they used yesterday in that game. So I'm not fully enthralled with the Twins from a full game perspective, but I mean, Greinke on the road, I don't give a damn who you face. Those numbers are flat out pissed. They're Patrick Corbin-esque. And simply put, the Twins, you were talking about how they've been playing a bunch of playoff teams. The Twins are 2 games out of the playoffs. They're essentially a playoff team.
The Twins are like 10 games below 500 in the last 2 months. I don't consider them a playoff team.
Okay, that's fair. But
are the Yankees a playoff team then?
Yeah, well, because they're playing bad baseball recently.
At Yankee Stadium, yeah.
All right. Anyways, I like the Twins to get to Greinke. Every time Greinke's seen them on the road, he's gotten hit up a bit. I mean, let's just look at his previous road start against this Twins team. 4 innings, 5 earned runs, 3 home runs, 2 Ks. In Greinke's last 15 innings against this team, he has 6 Ks. Against the current lineup, he has a 9.9 K percentage. Against lefties on the road, he's got an 8.8 K percentage. Everything's working towards the under here. Another thing I like is that Minnesota has been striking out lately. The last 6 righties to face them have are combined for a 13.7 K percentage, and all 6 of those guys missed their K prop. I think that they shut Zach Greinke down once again, that offense. And then Sonny Gray. I mean, the guy kind of looks like he's back lately, and his best spot is at home against lefties. He's going to be seeing 6 of them in that KC lineup today, and we've been telling you guys about how bad KC is on the road against righties. Don't like the spot for them. Now you got Sonny Gray at home against lefties, 454 OPS, a 30 K percentage, which is fat, and a 0.74 whip with a 24 hard hit percentage. I really, really like the Twins in the first 5 today. I don't see how it misses, but who knows? Maybe some of that Kyle luck will come around. I'm all over the Twins, though, in the first 5, and I'm all over Greinke getting shelled into a different planet.
All right, Toast, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm on the same thing. I got Twins first 5 minus 0.5 at minus 135 for 0.75 units. And then I did Twins, Blue Jays money line for half a unit at plus 125. You guys pretty much hit on everything. I can't get behind Greinke and the Royals right now. And I actually think the Twins at home are a pretty decent bet.
So what is the
plus 125
odds? Okay. There's a lot of people asking why we're betting every game for entertainment purposes. And then for people, if they want to know the pick for any game, we'll give you the access to our thoughts on any game. Simply.
I know. People are like, would you still want to watch a TV show where it's like, nah. Royals Twins, no. Well, what the fuck? Like, we capped the game. We might as well share our handicaps with you. I mean, every single person that's a serious professional sports bettor caps every single game. If they're not, I mean, they're most likely a fraud. How do you find out what your favorite 3 bets are if you didn't cap all 15?
There's this idea out there in this new gambling Twitter space that because you only give out 1 or 2 plays, and anybody else that gives out more than 2 or 3 plays a day is just a clown. If you're paying for somebody and they're giving you 1 or 2 plays, like, ask them where the rest of the plays are, because they're not looking at just capping 1 or 2 games in a slate. They're doing it all. So they have an opinion on everything. So, okay, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yo, don't get my boy don't get my boy Toast on Demon Time. I'll tell you that right now. Don't get my boy Toast on Demon Time.
No, it's just the Twitter handicapping world, like the social media handicapping world has like people just have no idea what betting for income even is. Or how it works. They're just like locks and 3-0 and it's just ridiculous. All right, next game, please. Rockies at Cardinals.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm on Cardinals minus 1.5, minus 105 for a full unit. It's yet another game where we just saw this pitching matchup. Quintana went into Coors Field and beat the Rockies. Actually pitched pretty well. Now he gets them back at home, where the Rockies lineup is significantly worse. on the road, even though in the last 2 weeks the Rockies have actually been okay hitting on the road, but that's not what they usually do. So the Rockies on the road as a whole, you can normally fade that lineup. I think Quintana throws great. And in my opinion, we have the exact opposite here when it comes to Kyle Freeland. He just got rocked at home by the Cardinals. Now he has to pitch against the Cardinals in St. Louis, where they're significantly better. To me, this has all the writings of a St. Louis Cardinals blowout, and I'm going to put a full unit on it. Toast.
Couldn't agree more. I'm just going to do another bet, though. I'm going to go Cardinals minus 1.5 for 0.75 units, and then I'm also going to do Cardinals team total over 4.5 at minus 115 for 0.75 units as well, just because of how well they've been hitting and playing at home. I think anything under minus 120 at that number is pretty decent value.
All right. I like what you Chief said. Jose Quintana at home this year has been a goddamn animal. Now he's facing a Rockies team that on the road against lefties, even if it's against a lefty, essentially can't hit the ball. And now you got Kyle Freeland, who definitely is better on the road. I will concede that. But once it gets to that bullpen, things are, it's just a heinously unfair advantage for the St. Louis Cardinals. Yes, the Cardinals are the second worst road bullpen over the last 30 days. But if you look at them at home, they're 4th in ERA, 11th in slug, and they're 12th in WOBA. So they have great numbers at home. You look at the Rockies on the road, what their numbers are, and there's some Patrick Corbin numbers. I'll give you that for sure. 29th ERA, 28th OBP, slug, and 29th in WOBA. So I think the ultimate advantage goes to the Cardinals here, not only with the bats, not only with the starting pitcher, but with the bullpen as well. So on top of the parlay that I put earlier, I'm going to be adding the St. Louis run line. I'll put that for 0.5 units because I already got 0.75 in that parlay.
All right. Sounds gravy. Next game, please.
Okay.
A's at Texas. I'll go last on this one. You know what? I'll go first, actually. Yeah, Toast, go ahead. I know we're on the same side because I heard you mention this to Beaver earlier. So I know we're on the same side.
Oh, yeah. So I'm all over Texas here today. Texas minus 130 on the money line for a full unit for me. First and foremost, it's a fate of Oakland, 1-9 their last 10. That's just not a team I can get behind. But Irakara is a guy that he pitched last year for Texas. Didn't have great numbers, but he was coming over from Japan. Now he's spent all year in the minor leagues in high AAA. So this shouldn't be too much of a huge gap, especially with the Oakland roster that they're throwing out there. Half of them are AAA guys anyway. And with Texas firing their manager, I think it was kind of funny because they didn't cover for us yesterday. Their first time in 16 games, they win a game and don't cover by 2 runs. So I think we're getting a cheap price with them on the money line, and they're playing good baseball right now. So I'm all over it.
Same thing for me. Texas money line minus 130, full unit. Same exact thing. You know what's funny? Yesterday on the show, I said the Rangers don't win 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1 games, and then they fuck around and go win 2-1 last night. Shit. I don't think we're looking at the same situation tonight, though. JP Sears has pitched 1 game since joining Oakland from the Yankees, and he actually pitched pretty well. 5 1/3 innings with 3 hits and just 2 runs. So it's a good game. It was a home game against the Angels, though. I mean, damn. On the road in Arlington against the Rangers lineup, completely different ball game here. I honestly think that this dude is going to get rocked tonight. I know Kohei Arihara pitching for Texas is going to skip. Isn't that right? Kohei Arihara?
Yeah.
I think
are
pretty
you
damn
pronouncing
close.
it
Yeah,
like
I don't
that?
think I could have done it any better.
Because Arihara. Well, I don't know how to pronounce it.
You're rolling your tongue on an Asian last name?
I wasn't laughing. That's Beaver.
Kohei Arihara. I think my way sounded better. Whatever. Yo, Beaver, silence, bro. I know it's going to scare some people betting on a dude that they don't know. I don't really know much about him either. But if you look at his numbers compared to JP Sears, they're pretty similar. So if I'm getting the better team at home with a coin flip starting pitching matchup, minus 130 is a price I'm happy to pay. Putting a full unit on it.
And also, just really quickly, if you take a look at the teams that Texas has played their last 10 games, the White Sox, Houston, Seattle, this is a big step down for them. They should be able to continue to win. Sorry, Beaver.
Yeah, no, I agree with that fully. I'm going with Texas here. I'm not all too crazy about it. I actually think the JP Sears is the pitching advantage, but my bigger play in this game is going to be the under at 8.5 for -120. I'm going to put 0.75 units on that bad boy. The Oakland Athletics have lost their spunk. They have no spunk left in the tank. They're not hitting the ball well at all right now. And at this point, it's like no matter who you put up there, they should have a good start. I was looking at Arihara's numbers from last year, and I will go ahead and say they were pretty rough. They were some pretty tough numbers, but Toast was telling me that they have a lot of faith in this kid in the Rangers organization. It's his first start of the year. Maybe he comes out with a bit more energy this year, comes out with some better results. And then on top of that, JP Sears, I mean, he's been pretty great for most of this season. As a starter, the guy's got a 382 OPS and a 113 ERA. So he's looked nothing short of phenomenal. And then if you go on the Texas against lefty side of things, last 6 who have faced them have held them to 256 ERA, 0.91 whip. The only lefty that really imploded against them is an absolute bum and sucks, and his name is Marco Gonzalez. So,
really quickly on Irahara. He did get lit up at some points last year, but when he did get lit up, it was like they were playing. He was on a bad team against teams that were fighting to get into the playoffs, like Boston and the White Sox and the Mariners. So, again, just putting it out there.
All right, cool. Let's cruise on to the next one. Houston at Chicago. This game, if there's one game to watch tonight, it's this one, man. This has got like playoff feel. Cease versus Verlander. Holy shit! This is gonna be like the Castillo Cole Yankees Mariners game. That shit was electric. I will definitely have this game on the big TV. Because a game like this, normally what I do is I'll put the Mets and Yankees on my 2 main TVs. I'm from Jersey, and that's what we pay attention to. And then the small TVs will have like my biggest bets. But this one will get the big TV because this will be dope. As far as who I'm betting, Toast, can you verify that the Astros aren't going to fuck me again with Jose Altuve, man?
I don't think they screwed you last night. I think it was a bullpen blow up, but we'll check the lineups right now. But
no, because if he was in the lineup, they would have had more runs. So he did screw me.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So is Altuve playing, to your knowledge?
He is not in the lineup. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, that was yesterday's. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, I would have been pissed off.
I have RotoWire open.
We're good. Altuve, like I told you on the phone, Altuve, Gurriel, Alvarez, Bregman, Tucker, Diaz, Pena, Dubon, Maldonado. Same lineup, always for Verlander.
Beautiful. All right, in that case, give me Houston moneyline -130 for a full unit. I know fading Dylan Cease seems insane, but I mean we have to fade one of these guys, and we're looking at the number 1 and number 2 AL Cy Young candidates right there. They're 1 and 2 as far as odds. Both these teams just win when they pitch. Houston is 10-2 in Verlander's last 12 starts. Chicago's 10-3 in Cease's last 13 starts. We got to fade one here. In my opinion, I'm taking the much better team, and I'm getting them coming off a loss. So I'll take Houston.
Yeah, I'll go second because I'm in the exact same boat as Sauce. First, we already know how much I like to bet the bad guys. And then I'm getting Verlander with double revenge in a way because he didn't look great his last time out against Texas. And then the one start that he did have against the White Sox earlier in the year was in the juice box. And he didn't look good in there at all either. He gave up 4 runs on 9 hits. But Cease, again, can't say anything bad about the kid. He's probably going to win the Cy Young. If not, he should. But his 3 starts against Houston, nothing fantastic either. And then you have guys like Altuve and Tucker, all with Tucker with a 1.75 OPS, Altuve a 1.276 OPS. They're rested. Pena and Altuve are rested. The bullpen for Houston is better. They're rested. And the guy that gave it up yesterday's pitched in back-to-back days. He won't be in the game today. I'll take Houston.
Yo, can you put up Sean Redden's comment, AJ? Because this is perfect.
His comments the comments actually aren't showing up right now. I've been trying to update it for the past 10 minutes.
Oh, all right. Well, he's saying They're not telling you to bet every game. They're giving their opinion on every game. And that's perfectly sums it up. This is a TV show. Now, obviously, we have our favorite bets, and that's what we give out on the VIP. We have a top bet number 1, number 2, like in order. But obviously, to get to those favorite bets, we have to cap every single game. How do we know they're our favorite bets if I didn't cap the other 14 of them? This is just a TV show. That's all. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that because even me, who only puts out probably 3 prop plays a day, I have to look through every single game to see where the best prop spots are. I'm not just like, 1 game, 2 game. All right, that's all I'll look out for today. Like,
how do you know that they're your favorites if you didn't look at the other ones?
And then I'm not going to find any good angles and just be a hype beast. So yeah, and exactly for that reason, I'm going Verlander under 6.5 Ks. Last time I did this, I cashed out, and God, it was a bit sweaty, I will say. But I actually like the spot for him to go under yet again today. I said it the last time we bet his under for Ks, guys. He doesn't strike out teams that are not in his own division. In fact, of the 9 teams he's played that are not in the AL West this year, he's gone under in 8 of those games. Now you look at the fact that the last time he played Chicago at his home cribbo, where he A, has a better K percentage, and B, the White Sox have a much worse K percentage on the road, he still wasn't able to even get 4+ Ks. So I think we're getting some nice value with that. And then on top of that, another thing I want to say is the last time that a pitcher has reached 7+ Ks against the White Sox at their own crib was June 21st. It was Kevin Gausman, a guy who is significantly better at striking guys out on the road. I find a ton of value in this right here, so I'm going to bet it. Not that I don't think Verlander's going to have a bad outing. I mean, he goes deep into games all the time and goes under this total. I just didn't want to pick a side here. It's very hard. My heart leans with Cease, but I'm just going to go smart here and bet the under for Ks with Verlander.
Cool. All right. Next game. Dodgers at Brewers. No, Beaver, I didn't take the Brewers, you scumbag.
Dude,
I'm on Dodgers money line. Give me Dodgers money line, Dodgers run line, half unit each.
Word.
I made a mistake, and I have to live with that mistake. Not this time. No, hold on. When I say Dodgers run line, I mean the teased line of mine. Yeah. Dodgers money line at +110. Dodgers -1.5 at +175. Half unit apiece.
I got it.
Toast.
There you go.
Just Dodgers money line full unit for me. I'm not gonna play the alt line, but yeah, it's just I continue to bet the Dodgers, guys. It's just what I do. Dodgers and Astros over and over and over.
Yeah, so on the Dodgers train as well, if you're going to put more of the money on the Brewers and I get to ride with the Dodgers, I think I'll do that just about every single day of the week. Brandon Woodruff has been very solid this year. I'll definitely give you that. But guys, who the hell has he played? He's played the Pirates probably 62 times. He's played the Reds 3 times. He's played the Rays 2 times. He's played the Giants, the Colorado Rockies at his own home, not in Coors. I mean, this guy's got one of the easiest schedules thus far of any starting pitcher. It now has to face the Dodgers. Will I definitely concede that I'm a little worried about the Dodgers bats the last 2 days, getting just 3 hits against starting pitchers in 10 innings? Yeah, I will definitely go ahead and I will concede that. But if we're going to talk about some really bad offensive outputs, I mean, the last 7 pitchers versus Milwaukee have held them to a 1.36 ERA and a 0.86 whip. So what are we even talking about there? I'm betting the under in this game as well. It's probably my favorite bet at -118, and I'm going to put 0.75 units on that. But hard not to bet the Dodgers here at that ginormous price we're getting.
All right, so we're all on the same side there. Cruise on to the next one. Toast, what do you want?
Oh, man. This one is actually really hard with me. God damn it. I'm going to take the Angels on the money line for a half a unit at +150. I understand how well Seattle's been, and I'm actually a huge Seattle guy. I can't get behind Robbie Ray. He doesn't have good location. And Suarez has been very good. Both of these bullpens have been fantastic. The under is probably a better play, but the Angels, don't tell anybody this, but the Angels have actually been playing pretty good baseball the last 10, 11 games. So last night they lost another game where they were in the game in the ninth inning, and they gave it away. And it's been like that the last couple of nights, even against the Twins. So I'm not there with Robbie Ray. So if I'm going to get plus 150 with the Angels, I'm going to take it.
Same boat here. Yo, I'm low-key becoming an Angels fan. I know they just lost last night. So I got the Angels two ways here. I put a half unit on plus 150, and then I put Angels plus 1.5 at minus 115 for another half unit. So I split mine up. A little bit of protection there. So, the best way to describe why I'm playing the Angels here, and I've been playing them the past few days, is the numbers. These two teams, like if you just erase the logos, the colors, the players, and just look at literally numbers, these two teams over the past few weeks are actually pretty close. Now, I know Seattle is a much better baseball team than the Angels. I'm not pretending that they're not. I'm just saying, if we look at the last couple weeks, I mean, the Angels are 7-4 in their last 11 games. Their bullpen right next to Seattle's. Their lineups, both of their bats right in the mid-20s, 25th and 26th, I believe they are. There's just... Seattle may be the better baseball team overall, but right now they're not playing much better. Robbie Ray has shut the Angels down both times he's faced them this season, but both of those games were at home in Seattle. Here he'll be pitching on the road in L.A. And by the way, both of those games were at home in Seattle, and one of them was in the dead smack in the middle of the Angels slump, I believe. The Angels have been playing some decent baseball, and I think we're getting a great price here, so I'll play them two ways. Beaver?
I don't want to touch a side in this game. I simply cannot bet the Angels against a lefty. I don't care if they're at home. So this is what I'm going to go with here. I'm going with under 8 at minus 118 for 0.75 units. If you go ahead and you look at the season series between these guys, the under has hit in 8 of 13 games. It's gone 8 wins, 2 losses, 3 pushes. So I do like the track record here to begin with. And then on top of it, yes, Robbie Ray does suck on the road. It's actually a battle right now of 2 immovable objects. How bad Robbie Ray is on the road and how bad the Angels are against lefties. I don't know who's going to give in. I think Ray could give up like 2 or 3 runs. I'm not exactly sure. But Jose Suarez, I really like against this Mariners lineup. I mean, the last 2 times he's played them, he's pimped them out. And then even going to his last 6 appearances against them, he's 3-0 with a 2.57 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. The last 8 lefties against Seattle have combined for a 3.45 ERA. So it's not exactly like the Mariners are scaring me against these lefty pitchers as of late. And then on top of that, both these bullpens are performing quite well right now. I know the Angels blew up a little bit last night. But I could see a little bit of a bounce-back performance for them at home. And just keep riding with the trend here. It's been cashing almost every single game, so going to keep going under with these 2 teams.
Beaver, mine's only for a half a unit. And then just really quickly, too, the Angels and Mariners have played 13 times this year. The Angels have won 7 games. So it's a game that we think is going to be close, and I'm getting a big price on a dog, so that's another reason why I like it.
Yeah, that's a solid play. I like it.
I mean, the price is the reason I like it too. Plus 150 is just gorgeous. This last game, Beaver, why don't you go first?
Yeah, so I this is a tough one for me. I don't know exactly how I'm feeling about it. I want to go with Merrill Kelly in the first 5. I will say that, but I also at the same time think that these Giants bats are very hot right now. When I was prepping for the show, I was trying to put a SGP together, so just 1 second. I'm going with the Giants money line. And then I'm also going to be going with their team total over 3.5. And that's at plus 120. So I'm going to do SF money line, team total over 3.5. That's coming in at plus 120. And I'm going to put 0.75 units on it. I mean, right now, this Giants offense has finally caught some fire, thankfully. And they are still competing for something. have an outside chance, but they can make the playoffs still. I think they have more of a fight here than this Arizona Diamondbacks team. And even though Jakob Junis, I think it's Jacob, whatever. Jacob Junis has been looking quite a bit shaky lately. That was against the Dodgers and the Padres. We already saw him face Arizona this year, and he shut them down. I think he's faced them actually twice now. So I definitely like Junis to have a better game here against lefties, which he seems to be better against. And then Merrill Kelly, he's due for a bad start against his team because if you look at his past history against the Giants on the road, he tends to get hit quite a bit. So Diamondbacks bullpen isn't scaring me either.
I'll go. So the Giants offense looked great last night against Bumgarner, but the Giants bats against right-handed pitching has been a completely different story this whole season. Not just that, Merrill Kelly's a much better starter than Bumgarner. That being said, check this out. So I was looking at Fangraphs today, just going through the numbers. In the last 2 weeks, the Giants are 10th in Major League Baseball in OPS against right-handed pitching. Yeah, I had to double-check that a few times because I was like, this team sucks against right-handed pitching. No, they're 10th right now. So the Giants have low-key been sneakily hitting righties like they haven't all year. So even though I like Merrill Kelly to pitch a good game, I still think the Giants might grab a couple runs off him. The kicker, my bet, by the way, is Giants money line minus 130 for 1 unit. The kicker for me is Junis pitching. I think he's about to throw an absolute gem tonight. He's coming off his 2 worst starts of the season, but in his defense, it was also the 2 most difficult starts of the season. He went into San Diego to pitch against the Padres, who have just caught fire right before that with the Manny Machado and Soto, and they just caught fire right before that game. And then the other game was against the Dodgers. Now he's back home against a beatable lineup. Arizona lineup isn't scrubs, but compared to the Padres when they're hot and the Dodgers, a definite step down. I really love the Giants to win this game.
Toasty.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Giants on the money line for a full unit for me. They kind of touched everything. The Giants are just playing really good baseball right now. So I'm just going to continue to ride with them.
They're hot. They're finally hot. Maybe they're not dirty sewer water trash anymore. That'd be nice for the city of San Francisco.
Yeah, it's a nice, super hot coffee pot.
I have a that's the last game. I have a 3-leg parlay to give out.
Give your parlay out because one of my guys in my hit parlay just got scratched, so I'm finding a new guy.
All right, Beaver, you ready? It's a 3-leg.
Yeah.
3-leg parlay plus 412. Cardinals money line, Mets money line, Blue Jays money line, plus 412 for those 3 teams. Are you going to type it up on the?
Yeah, didn't you bet the Baltimore Orioles though?
Yeah, but it's just I took the run line.
Okay. All right. All right.
You ready for mine, Beaver?
Yeah.
Vlad, Gurriel, both of those guys are Toronto guys. Lourdes Gurriel, Arenado, and Gio Urshela, all to get a hit, coming back at plus 248.
Yeah, Gio Urshela has absolutely pimped out that man Zach Greinke. That's a good one to add. Probably isn't too expensive either.
No, not at all.
Who was the guy you had that got scratched? Out of curiosity.
Willie Castro for the Tigers. He's been on fire lately.
Ooh, a tiger.
Rawr.
And Beaver, you don't have anything to give out?
No. I mean, I was trying to put it together, but I don't want to waste people's time right now. I'd rather you just go off into the day and explore, fellas. If you have the VIP, I'll have a K parlay for that.
You'll have a VIP for the. You'll have a strikeout parlay for the VIP.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, that'll be posted in soon. It's typed up. Just I have the other 2 parlays on there. That'll be posted about 20 minutes on the app if you have it. I'll be back at 9 p.m. to do the Big Ten win-losses, win totals for the year. We're going to go it's just going to be me. I encourage people to be active in the comments. I'm not the type of person, I'm not a podcast guy. I don't like just talking. So, like, the more interaction I get with the people, the better. I can feed off comments. I don't like just rambling. So
I'll be in the comments. I'll be in the comments too. So helping everybody out and whatnot. Sauce really likes Big Ten football. So if you start poking some jabs at him, we'll probably get some good stuff out of him. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, I do like Big Ten. But yeah, so see you 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's 4 hours from now. I'll see you then. Yeah, we're good to go. Everyone have a lovely night.
Are you going to give out Northwestern to win the Big